Welcome to our deep dive into the future of AI. You all gave us some incredible material to work with for this one.
Oh, yeah.
A panel discussion straight from FII Miami 2025,
Wow.
featuring some pretty big names, I have to say.
Yeah.
People like Peter Diamandis,
Right.
CEOs from some companies you've probably heard of like Stability AI,
Uh-huh.
Liquid AI, Sandbox AQ, and Torin.
Interesting mix.
And to round things out, we even have someone from Quantum Black, McKinsey's AI division, to give us that consultant perspective.
Very cool.
So,
Should be fun to unpack some of these predictions.
yeah, let's jump right in.
All right. It is a great mix of people to get a sense of where things are going.
Yeah.
And you're right. There are some seriously bold predictions in this material. Like
Right.
off the bat,
Yeah.
Peter Diamandis really sets the stage by saying that AI is going to completely reshape everything from how families function to the very nature of nation states.
I mean, nation states.
I know, right?
That's a pretty sweeping statement.
Yeah.
It'd be easy to dismiss that as, typical futurist hype.
Uh-huh.
But what really caught my attention was
Right.
how these experts are talking about AI.
Yeah.
Not as some far-off concept,
Right.
but as a force that's already changing things today.
That's what makes this discussion so compelling.
Yeah.
These aren't just theoretical ideas. These are leaders who are actually building and deploying these AI systems right now.
It's happening.
It is. Like, for example,
Yeah.
Stability AI.
Okay.
They're already revolutionizing content creation with AI. Think film, TV, gaming, advertising.
Wow.
Even big budget directors like James Cameron are using their tech.
So we're talking AI that can help create the next avatar.
Pretty much.
That's a far cry from those early AI chatbots we used to play with.
Right.
What else jumped out at you as far as real-world applications go?
Well,
Huh.
Liquid AI is doing some fascinating work with what they call private AI.
Mm-hmm.
It enables companies to utilize these powerful AI models without their data ever leaving their own systems.
Okay.
They even managed to use AI to fly fighter jets for the U.S. Air Force, which is...
AI fighter pilots.
Yeah.
That sounds like science fiction becoming reality.
It really does.
I mean, this brings up an interesting question, though.
What's that?
If AI is already this advanced, what does that mean for our own work and lives?
Right.
Like, could we be using AI to make our jobs easier, solve problems more effectively, or even contribute to bigger solutions on a global scale?
Those are exactly the questions we should be asking.
Yeah.
And that's where a company like Sandbox AQ comes in.
Okay.
They're focusing on what they call quantitative AI and applying it to areas like healthcare, energy, and advanced materials.
Wow.
Like, imagine transforming hydrocarbons into something much more valuable, which is exactly what they're doing in partnership with Aramco.
It's amazing to see how these AI companies are tackling some of the biggest challenges facing humanity. But you need the right tools to make this kind of impact.
Right.
What about the hardware side of things?
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
And this is where things get a bit more technical.
Okay.
Even the most powerful GPUs that we have today, which are like the workhorse for a lot of AI, they're complex and expensive to program. Jim Keller, the CEO of Torin, points this out in the discussion.
Okay.
Their company is working on creating a simpler, more affordable, and easier to program type of processor specifically for AI.
Interesting.
Called a tensor processor.
So Torin wants to make AI development more accessible.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me of their commitment to open source, which they even use as a recruiting tool.
That's a really interesting strategy. It goes hand in hand with this idea of democratizing AI, making it available to a wider range of people and organizations.
Makes sense.
But on that note, we need to consider a critical point raised by Alexander Izyrov from Quantum Black. He emphasizes that there's a significant gap between the AI hype and the reality of implementing these systems in the real world.
So it's not all smooth sailing in AI land.
No.
There are hurdles to overcome.
Definitely. Well, according to McKinsey's research, only about 11% of AI projects actually make it into production.
Wow. It is pretty low success rate.
Yeah.
It suggests that there are serious challenges when it comes to integrating AI into existing systems and processes.
For sure.
So what's holding companies back? Why aren't we seeing more AI being put to practical use if it has so much potential?
Izurov highlights a few key challenges.
Yeah.
And some of them might sound familiar.
Right.
Legacy infrastructure, data quality issues, organizational politics.
I can definitely relate to that.
Right.
It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole sometimes.
Exactly.
So we've got these incredible AI capabilities.
We do.
But implementing them effectively
Yeah.
is another story altogether.
This. And I think this is where the discussion gets really interesting.
Okay.
Izurov argues that instead of trying to force-fit AI into our existing ways of doing things, we need to think about creating systems and processes that are AI native from the ground up.
Okay, so build for AI from the beginning.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But what does an AI native system actually look like in practice?
Well, let's take a look at what some of these AI-focused companies are doing.
Okay.
Stability AI, for example. They're revolutionizing the entertainment industry by creating tools for AI-powered content creation.
Interesting.
They're not just trying to improve existing workflows. They're building entirely new ways of making movies, games, and more.
So they're building for a future.
They are.
Where AI is integral to the creative process.
Yes.
Not just an add-on.
Exactly.
That's a pretty radical shift.
It is.
And it speaks to the idea that AI is not just about automating tasks. It's about reimagining possibilities.
Right.
And creating entirely new categories of products and services.
I agree.
It's clear that AI's impact is already being felt across various industries.
It is.
But what about the human element? What role do we play in this increasingly AI-driven world?
That's a great question.
It is.
And it leads us back to Prem Natarajan from Stability AI.
Okay.
He has some really insightful thoughts on the relationship between AI and human creativity.
I'm curious to hear his take.
Yeah.
I mean, he's working with James Cameron.
He is.
So he must have a unique perspective on how AI is changing the game.
He does.
Okay.
Well, Natarajan draws a fascinating parallel between the anxieties we see today about AI in the entertainment industry and the resistance that met previous technological innovations.
Like what?
Like sound in movies, color film, digital filmmaking.
Right. Each of these advancements was met with skepticism and fear at first.
Exactly.
It's true. People often resist change, especially when it comes to technology. But we know those innovations ultimately transform filmmaking for the better.
They did.
Is he suggesting that AI will have a similar impact?
Precisely.
Okay.
Natarajan argues that instead of seeing AI as a threat to human creativity, we should view it as a tailwind, a tool that can augment our abilities and unlock new possibilities.
So rather than fearing AI,
Yeah.
we should be embracing it
Right.
as a powerful partner in our creative endeavors.
That's the key takeaway here. AI doesn't have to replace human creativity.
Okay.
It can enhance it, empower it, and take it to new heights.
That's an inspiring thought.
It is.
But there's still so many questions to explore.
So many.
I mean, we've only just begun to delve into the vast potential of AI.
Right.
And we have a lot more to uncover in this discussion. We'll be back in just a moment to continue our journey into the fascinating world of AI. It's fascinating to think about AI as this creative collaborator.
It is.
But it's also clear that there are practical challenges to address.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's one thing to imagine these incredible possibilities, but it's another to actually implement them effectively.
Right.
And that's where the insights from these experts become incredibly valuable.
Absolutely.
Like Jack Hadery from Sandbox AQ, for example.
Okay.
He really emphasized the power of small, agile teams in driving AI innovation.
He did.
I remember he talked about how these small teams can achieve remarkable results with the right focus and tools.
Right.
Which is really encouraging for those of us who aren't part of these giant tech companies.
Exactly.
And his second point, which really resonated with me,
What was that?
was the importance of a lean-in attitude towards AI. He argued that instead of fearing the technology, we need to accelerate its adoption if we want to solve some of the world's most pressing problems.
It's like he's saying, let's not get bogged down in the what-ifs. Let's focus on using AI to make a positive impact.
Absolutely.
And Jim Keller from Torin echoed that sentiment, encouraging everyone to dive in and embrace it.
He did.
He emphasized that AI doesn't have to be expensive, complex, or proprietary.
Didn't he challenge his own software team?
He did?
To double their productivity using AI.
Yep, that's putting your money where your mouth is.
It is.
And it highlights the practical steps we can take to integrate AI into our workflows.
Right.
It's not just about grand visions.
Yeah.
It's about finding those small, achievable wins that can build momentum.
Makes sense.
But we also have to remember Alexander Izyarov's point about the need for organizational buy-in.
Right.
It's not enough for individuals to embrace AI. Companies need to create a culture that supports its adoption.
He talked about the need for companies to become AI native.
He did.
But what does that actually look like in practice?
Right.
It's easy to throw around buzzwords.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to know how organizations can make this transition effectively.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
How do you move beyond simply adding AI as a layer on top of existing processes and truly embed it in the DNA of your organization?
Right. How do you go from using AI to automate a few tasks to building an entire company that's designed for the age of AI?
I think the answer lies in looking at companies like Stability AI, Liquid AI, and Sandbox AQ.
Okay.
They're not just using AI to improve existing processes.
Right.
They're creating entirely new categories of products and services that are only possible because of AI.
So they're building for an AI-powered future.
They are, and that's a fundamental shift in thinking.
It is.
And one of the common threads among these companies is the emphasis on collaboration, open source development, and a constant drive to learn and adapt.
It makes sense.
They understand that AI is a rapidly evolving field, and they're embracing that change rather than resisting it.
It's becoming clear that the future of AI isn't just about the technology itself, but about how we use it, how we adapt to it, and how we collaborate to unlock its full potential.
It's about the intersection of technology and humanity.
It is.
And that brings us to a fundamental question posed by Peter Diamandis.
Okay.
Are we truly ready for the profound changes that AI is bringing?
It's a big question.
It is.
And honestly, I'm not sure I have a definitive answer.
I don't think any of us do at this point.
But I think this deep dive has given us a lot to consider.
It has. We've explored the amazing applications of AI, the very real challenges of implementing it, and the importance of strategic thinking and leadership in navigating this new landscape.
It's not just about the technical aspects.
No, it's about understanding the impact AI will have on our lives, our work, and our world.
And it's about making sure we're using this powerful technology for good.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, what stands out to you as the most crucial takeaway from this discussion?
For me, it's the sheer breadth of AI's potential impact.
Okay.
We've seen how it can revolutionize everything from content creation and customer service to healthcare, energy, and even national security.
I know.
The possibilities are truly mind-boggling.
It is incredible to think about how AI is already changing our world in so many ways.
It is.
But with such vast potential comes enormous responsibility.
Right.
As a society, are we prepared to navigate the ethical and socioeconomic implications of widespread AI adoption?
That's a question we can't ignore.
We can't.
And it's one that we'll need to address collectively through thoughtful dialogue, open collaboration, and a commitment to ensuring that AI benefits all of humanity.
Not just a select few. Well said. It's clear that AI is a force to be reckoned with.
It is.
And we have a lot of work to do.
We do.
To ensure we're using its power wisely.
Yeah.
We can't afford to be passive observers in this technological revolution.
I agree.
We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
And that's where the real challenge and the real opportunity lies.
It is.
It's not just about understanding the technology. It's about understanding ourselves, our values, and the kind of future we want to create.
Absolutely. And maybe, as Jack Hidary suggested, it'll be a small team driven by a bold vision and equipped with the right AI tools that leads us to the next breakthrough.
It's a hopeful thought.
It is.
And it reminds us that the future of AI is not predetermined.
Right.
It's something we're all actively creating. One decision, one innovation, one conversation at a time.
It feels like we've been given this glimpse into a future filled with possibilities.
It does.
But also, you know, with some pretty weighty questions as we wrap up this deep dive.
Yeah.
How can we distill all this information into something actionable for our listener?
Okay.
Where do we go from here?
You've hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
The key takeaway here is that the future of AI is not preordained.
Right.
It's a future that we're all actively shaping. And this deep dive has given our listener a front row seat to some of the most important conversations happening right now.
So let's recap the main points.
Right.
First and foremost, AI is here to stay.
Oh, yeah. It's not going anywhere.
It's already transforming industries. And that trend is only going to accelerate.
Absolutely.
But it's important to remember that AI isn't some monolithic force.
Right.
It's a collection of tools and technologies, each with its own strengths and limitations.
Exactly.
The key is to understand how to leverage these tools effectively and responsibly.
I agree.
And that brings us to another crucial point. We need to be proactive in shaping the development and deployment of AI.
We do.
That means fostering open dialogue, addressing ethical concerns, and working to ensure that AI benefits all of humanity.
Right.
Not just a select few.
Exactly. We've seen how AI can be used to solve complex problems, but we also need to be mindful of its potential downsides.
Like what?
Things like bias in algorithms, job displacement, and the concentration of power in the hands of those who control these technologies.
We can't just celebrate the shiny new tech without also considering the potential consequences.
No.
It's about having a critical eye. And asking tough questions.
I agree, and that's where our final takeaway comes in. This journey of understanding and shaping AI requires a commitment to continuous learning and adaptation.
Makes sense.
We need to stay informed, engage in thoughtful discussions, and be willing to challenge our assumptions.
Because what might seem like science fiction today could be reality tomorrow.
Exactly.
It's like we're all students in this rapidly evolving field. And the most valuable skill we can cultivate is a curious and open mind.
Precisely.
That curiosity is what will drive us to explore new possibilities. Find solutions to complex challenges. And ultimately, unlock the full potential of AI for the betterment of humanity.
For sure.
So for you, our listener, as AI becomes increasingly integrated into your life and work, we want to leave you with a thought-provoking question that wasn't explicitly addressed in this expert discussion. What does it mean to be human in an age of intelligent machines?
What's a good one?
Are we on the cusp of a new renaissance, driven by the collaboration between human and artificial intelligence?
I like that.
Or are we facing a future where machines surpass our own capabilities, leaving us to grapple with a new set of existential questions?
Those are some deep questions.
They are.
And while we don't have all the answers, I hope this deep dive has equipped you with the knowledge and the curiosity to continue exploring them.
We hope this deep dive into the world of AI has sparked your curiosity and given you a new perspective on the transformative power of this technology.
And remember, the exploration doesn't end here.
It doesn't.
The world of AI is constantly evolving. So keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep sharing your insights with the world.
Who knows?
Yay.
Maybe you'll be the one to lead us to the next AI breakthrough.
You never know.